Well, our wonderful yard is coming into bloom this year. And up here on the deck, we've planted new ones which will be coming along quite a bit later. And we're having our wonderful baskets here. Is that right, Sandy?
That's right.
Why don't you show Clarice what you've got, what you put in?
Oh, Clarice, I heard you, I remember you saying something about you love nasturtiums. So I was looking for nasturtiums and I didn't want orange. It didn't fit with my color scheme. So I found some yellow ones. Have you ever seen these? We'll see how they come out when you get here. They're supposed to drape down. Now, and I have another plant, a lantana, behind them that my color scheme is right, but I don't know if my height is right. So we'll see.
So we got from Ben, didn't we, these?
We did.
Hanging tomatoes?
And they're called topsy-turvy. And Ben had seen them on TV, and I talked to a couple other people around the office. Oh yeah, they'd all seen it on television. So we're trying them this year. Ben sent us a couple of these, so we planted them. We've got Dad's automatic watering system on there, and they're doing very well. We've got one big beefsteak, which
That's that one.
That's that one, and the
That's
other one
that,
is
and
the
the other
little
one is
cherry tomatoes.
Little cherry tomatoes. So that ought to be hanging down to the floor by August with cherry tomatoes. We'll see if it is. And then we have this nice usual little flower basket here on the porch, which is already doing wonderfully well.
They don't look pretty.
These rhododendrons were great, but they're almost gone now. And there's a couple more around the corner here, which are in a little bit better shape.
Not much.
Well, they're a little bit better shape. All right, this is our chard bed, right, Sandy?
That's right. And as they say with all things, the beginning will be meek, but hopefully by the time you get here, it will be very good. We'll see. I've had to plant them 3 different times to get them to even come at all.
Yeah, and there they are.
Tiny.
Down there, these teensy little things which are at least growing, and it should fill the bed up by the end of the summer. It should fill up the bed. What's the history of this bush, Sandy?
These are the knockout roses that take very little care. They don't get all the wilt and everything, and this one's been in 3 years. The next one has been in 2 years, and then we have the little 1-year-old. They made such a beautiful display that we decided to use all 3 of them.
And then our backyard garden here, we have these gorgeous, gorgeous peonies. Look at these things. Holy smoke. They're so heavy that they're falling down, right, Sandy?
They are, and we had rain, and rain and peonies don't mix because the rain makes them even heavier, but the fragrance off of them is just fantastic. And of course, Marianne gets most of the view of these because they hang over the split rail toward her yard. Oh, they smell wonderful. This is another, I don't know what type of rose this is, except it's a rambling rose that Dad chose the color on a couple years ago, and it's just doing fantastic. It really likes its location. It's got all these huge buds on it, all those, and the fragrance is nice. There's a little bit of rose fragrance to them.
Then we have the front garden. We'll walk around to the front on it.
The front garden is sort of in between seasons right now. In the spring it had all the gorgeous yellow daffodils and the purple iris. It was spectacular. Now it's going into its summer mode, but I haven't quite gotten it all ready for summer yet. The pink poppies are out. They're pretty.
Yeah, they're really quite amazing, aren't they, those pink poppies?
Pretty. And the plants, I put in 2 plants last week that had buds on them. They were going to be balloon flowers, and I believe that the deer have taken them. Because there's one, it's all chopped off. All the little buds are all gone. but it should have been blooming this week. But the deer beat me to them. Sorry.
And then we have these gorgeous pansies. Tell us about the pansies, Sandy. What happened?
These are the pansies that winter over. We planted them last fall, and they stay. If the snow melts, it's the same flower that was on there in the fall when we planted them. The same blossom stays there until springtime. And then they bloom, until the end of June, and then they sort of die back. So Dad has the job of putting all the impatiens in the front here.
Our little impatiens are starting out. They're not very big right now, but they're going to get bigger. And this whole corner will be filled with impatiens in a very little while.
One of my favorite things in the garden, because of the little bird that sits in there and the colors that you can put in there with the blue lobelia and the begonias. It's just gorgeous, and you see this every day when you come out the front door. It's kind of fun.
And underneath the porch here, we have the next things going on, right, Sandy?
Right.
We got these yesterday.
They're just gorgeous. Look at the faces on them. They're just brilliant. Those are asters, and these are cosmos that Greg gave me.
And the cosmos grow real tall, don't they?
Cosmos grow very tall. So I have some medium cosmos to go in front of these.
Oh, I see. And those are the little tiny pastures. But
These
they're going
are
to
the
grow to
big
be
ones.
3 or 4 feet, aren't they?
Yeah, they grow like corn stalks.